The concept of the future implies technological advancement, limitless possibility, and societal self-determination. However, for communities of the African diaspora, the traditional Western narrative of the future has often been a space of calculated absence, where Black ingenuity was excluded from the starships, the laboratories, and the dominant cultural vision. Afrofuturism is a direct and assertive challenge to that silence. It functions as a vital cultural mandate, utilizing the tools of science fiction, fantasy, and magic to actively reconstruct the diaspora's relationship with time itself. This philosophical framework insists upon the integrity of African history. It allows creators to bypass the narrative of historical trauma and immediately project into a world where Black brilliance is the central source of power and technological advancement. The movement demands a fundamental question: what is created when Black imagination is truly free from external limits? It is a process of fusing deep ancestral memory with radical new technology, transforming the future into a space of complete cultural ownership. To trace the origins of this mandate, we turn to the foundational artistic voices. Musically, there is no greater source than the revolutionary jazz artist Sun Ra. When he declared himself an alien from Saturn, he was performing the ultimate act of creative self-invention. He rejected Earth's political and social constraints and staked a claim in the cosmos, proving that the sonic landscape of Black music could become a literal vehicle for liberation and interstellar travel. This ambition translated directly into literature through the formidable work of Octavia E. Butler. Her narratives were often brutal examinations of humanity, but they always focused on radical transformation and the incredible resilience required for survival in systemic catastrophe. Her books taught audiences that the Black body is inherently suited to adaptation, and that true power lies in understanding both history and biology as mechanisms for profound social change. These pioneering artists provided the cultural blueprint, demonstrating that Afrofuturism functions by subverting established genres, a principle powerfully adopted by cinema. Filmmakers use the Afrofuturist lens even when dealing with terrestrial subjects. Consider the 1972 blaxploitation classic, Blackula. While presented as a horror piece, its core is profoundly Afrofuturist. The vampire, Mamawalde, is cursed because he opposed the European slave trade. The film recontextualizes the traditional white monster into a tragic Black figure whose condition is rooted in historical oppression. This fundamentally shifts who gets to be powerful on screen. This theme of reclamation continues across different genres. The 1976 film Sparkle focuses on the fierce determination of Black women to control their creative careers and their music. This ambition is a clear assertion of artistic sovereignty, the right to determine one's professional and personal future without external compromise. This insistence on defining one's space carries through to contemporary cinema. Barry Jenkins' 2016 film Moonlight, while focused on realism, explores the Afrofuturist theme of reconstructing the self outside of rigid, toxic societal expectations. It examines the possibilities for an emotional future when Black identity and self-love are granted the space to evolve and claim peace. Finally, in the 2019 film Queen and Slim, the protagonists are tragically caught in a contemporary system, but their flight immediately transforms them into myth. Their story becomes a modern, defiant folklore, a speculative narrative where Black life is immortalized through collective memory, achieving an enduring presence beyond the physical world. Afrofuturism at its heart is the firm belief that the diaspora deserves to be the authors of its own destiny. It provides the understanding that imagination is the most powerful tool for dismantling systemic constraints. The future is not a place to passively await. It is a world to actively build and create. This movement moves forward, holding history as an anchor and the definitive plan for a sovereign tomorrow as the guide.